Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I want to show you what GitHub Action is. I want to give you a brief explanation. Then we are going to do a little bit of practical about GitHub Actions and how it works. So let's get started. GitHub Action is actually a tool that was provided by GitHub. So it belongs to GitHub. So it works automatically with your GitHub repo. So you have to activate it, and it helps you to automate your tasks and all. So throughout your software development lifecycle, that is, whenever you deploy, you commit a code to your particular repository, the GitHub action will trigger according to what you have asked it to do. And GitHub action works with a YAML file. So you have to first define a YAML file in that GitHub repo before you can have your GitHub action working. So the YAML file has to follow the YAML syntax of course, and that will help you to, automatically deploy your code and build in and do your testing of your code to know if there's error anywhere. So simply put, GitHub Action is a built-in CI/CD tool for GitHub. So if you don't know CI/CD, CI/CD actually means continuous integration and continuous delivery. To have a deeper explanation on that, you can check my video on DevOps Engineering. I explained CI/CD well there. I'm going to drop the link to that video in the description of this very video. So let's get to action. So we are going to create a new repo. So I'm going to call this repo GitHub Actions tutorial. You can give it any name, so I just want to give it this name. So I'm going to add a README file to it. So then I'm going to create my. So this is the repository. To start your GitHub action, you go to Actions here. Now here, there's a template by GitHub which you can use. Let's check the template, but we are not going to use this, but let's check it. So there are things that are very important which you must put into consideration when working with GitHub Action. Number one is the directory. When you look at this, you see that the directory where you have the GitHub action file is actually in a .github/workflow directly. That's the folder before you now have this. This could be any name. It just must have YML as the file name at the end. That's to define it as a YAML file. So you could give it any name. So let's look at the YAML file. So you see here, you see name CI. That's continuous integration, of course. Now there's this thing called on. On here means when do you want these GitHub actions to trigger? So it says here it should trigger when there's a push. A push from which of the branches? The main branch. And when there's a pull request from the main branch. So what this is saying is that only trigger this when there's a push or pull request from the main branch. So if we have other branches that are working with this repo, when they commit codes to this repo, GitHub action won't do anything. But once the main branch pushes any code or does any pull request, then this GitHub action will trigger. So you can see here we have this is just a YAML file. If you understand YAML file, we have the jobs that must be done. We have the build, and once on here is talking about okay, which OS must be activated. So this job should run on Ubuntu, the latest Ubuntu, and we have the steps here. These are the steps. These are just YAML codes if you understand YAML. So we are not going to use this, like I said. So we are going to, let me just go back. We are going to define our own YAML file. Let me go back to the code. So I'm just going to create, let me just have the YAML file. So let me just call it superlinter.yaml, superlinter.yml. So I'm going to drop a YAML code here. So you can see this is a YAML file code, and here I'm giving it a name, superlinter, and I'm saying, okay, the only action you must do here is a push. So you should only trigger when there's a push, when there's a push, not when there is a push and pull request. It's only when there's a push, and the push must come from the main branch. You can see default branch, main branch. So if the push is not coming from the main branch, don't do anything. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to commit this code. And note, this must follow the proper YAML file syntax. There must not be error. If there's error, it will throw an error. So let me just commit. So you will see something here now. Now that the code is committed, then it's not right. Yes, something is not right. Initially, I told you something that the YAML file must be in a .github/workflow. I created this just here, so it won't work. So I have to probably delete this file. So I already deleted the file, so I'm going to do it again. Come here, create this. So now I have to correct this. .github or GitHub slash workflows. So GitHub Actions work with this directory, which must be correct. It must be .github slash workflows. Then you now name your YAML file. So then I can just drop my code now, then commit it. You see, this was what I was looking for. So you see this amber or orange color dot is telling you that something is in progress. You can see. So I can check the details. Let me show you the details. So the jobs are running already. I can show you the details. So it's showing you details of each one that has been done. Setup job has been done, so it has been marked. This is the stage we are now. So once all of these stages are completed, you will see a green color here that tells you that, oh, your codes have run successfully. So for time, I'm going to pause this video. So the codes have run, and you can see. So this is to tell you that the code has no error. So I want to just add a simple HTML to this a simple HTML file to this repo to show you how GitHub Action actually works. So I'm just going to create a simple. Now this doesn't have to go under the dot GitHub/workflow node. This is just a simple file under this repo. So I'm going to call this index.html. So it's an HTML file. So I'm just going to drop this simple code. So, and I'm going to commit this code. The moment I commit this code, because the commit is coming from the main branch, is going to trigger the GitHub action. Then it will rerun the whole code to look out for any error. You see the amber sign now. You can see this. It's telling you that something is running already. So I can just click on it to see the details of the job. You can see there's a run in progress. So you can see. So it has to check. So each time there's a commit from the main, it will have to go through the whole code again to check for if the code has any error and all that. Let me just pause this. So you can see the code was successful. The HTML has no issue. So I'm going to do something now. I'll put an error in the HTML and let's see how GitHub action will trigger and tell us where the error comes from. So I'm going to edit this file, this HTML file, and I'm going to alter the code such that it will trigger an error. So let me just add something here. This head tag, let me just add something that, yes, I just added W, and that should trigger a code, sorry, an error rather. So I already committed that. So GitHub action will start immediately. It's running already. So this is supposed to throw an error. So for time, I'm going to pause it. And you can see it will always tell you the duration it takes for every stage of the code check to complete. So you can see the code check is almost done and is already throwing an error. You can see there's an error. So that's why the code check was not successful. And it's already telling me this. So let me check where my issue is. So one good thing about it is that you can easily check where you can trace where the error is coming from. So let me check. It will give you an hint. It's already telling me HTML int linter. You can see command, you can see, and it will tell you here. You can say tag must be paired. So it's already telling me that there's something around the head tag. So it's easy for me. So I can always know where to go check. So from here now, you can just go and then check and then you fix the error and then your code will run again. So it's as good as that. So that's it, guys. That's just a GitHub action for you. That's the way it works. So it always check your code and know if there's error. And once there's an error in your code, you will see this. It's telling you that the codes are not successfully run. So there's an error somewhere. So it's as simple as that. Guys, if you like this video, please click the like button. If you want to know more about DevOps engineering and some of the DevOps engineering tools, uh, kindly subscribe to my channel. I'm treating a number of DevOps engineering tools topics, so you can always come here and learn again and try and hit the notification button so that you can always get notified whenever I drop new videos. So that's it, guys. I'll expect you in my next tutorial. Thank you for your time.